Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. Hey, good morning. So today is Wednesday. A lot fewer meetings today because first day of the week usually has the most meetings, and Monday we had off. So today is Wednesday, not a whole lot of meetings. The end of the month, like middle to end of the month for me is always like the most like tight financially because that's where the rent check is due. That's where we have a second payroll run. That's where the credit card is paid off. And that's where the SBA loan payment happens. And so had to pull from the business line of credit. First time I've had to do that just to make sure there's enough buffer. So payroll run, that's happening. The business loan is getting the monthly payment. The credit card is getting paid off for the monthly expenses and like ads, as well as the rent check is getting sent out. So all in all, it's what? I'm just doing it in my head. So rent is that. Payroll's that. It's like $23,000 in expenses all at once. So that's a lot. 25 all at once. So it's a lot. It's a big drop. And so on average, we need to be doing $1,500 a day in revenue for a break-even month. I finally ran it out the other day. We need to be doing like 48 to 50 in revenue to be break-even. And right now we're doing about 38. And so that's for the monthly profit and loss. And on top of that, there's the $5,500 SBA payment. So draft yesterday, shared the draft with the team for what the wording will be for the members that are currently enrolled for starting their automatic monthly membership. And we say automatic because it's part of their 10-month agreement. So it's not like we're sliding in that everyone is auto-enrolled. When they signed their 10-week agreement, there's a line there that says, because we're assuming folks will want to stay with us. And so they have to initial that they agree to a monthly membership starting at the end of their 10-week session. We're also sending out a reminder. We're sending out a reminder in the email for folks in their weekly recap on, hey, here's the next week session. Here's the update. And in there's a section that's a courtesy reminder that their first monthly membership starts on this such and such date. And then we also announced in classes as well. And we did it in orientation. They're being told 3, maybe 4 times, but 3 times. And it's written on paper, written in an email, and verbally expressed. So my hunch of what's going to happen the first month when we do it, or the first month where that debit, credit, the first month when we do the monthly charge, it'll, like most everyone will, of all the attendees will get charged. I'm guessing some people will not see all the notices, and then so that will happen in March, and then in April will probably be a drop off when folks say, "Hey, I didn't know," and we're like, "Hey, we told you several times. Here's what we told you." So you kind of did know, but if you want to cancel it, that's fine too. We can do that. And so the first month, I think we'll have a high, quote unquote, retention rate or a transfer over rate. And that'll be end of March when that happens. And then April, I'm guessing there'll be a dip on that side of things. Because then folks will realize, oh, this is something I don't want, or this is something I do want. And that'll probably be the baseline. So that'll be an $8,000 improvement. So the business ought to be profitable March should be a profitable month because we're getting saved on the last week of the starting. April will probably be out the same. It'll probably be a slightly dip down. The SBA payment, it's still, even if the business itself is profitable, the financing on it, the SBA payment is going to put the all-in-all cost of or return on investment in the negative. So I'll have to pull from the line of credit yet again. I'm anticipating in April, May, and then in June, we have that next challenge as well. So it's tough. I'm torn on how to do this well. Part of me is a planner and a forecaster, and it's my job to forecast cash flows, prepare for the business ups and downs, make sure there's financing in place, there's enough leads in place, there's enough sales in place, there's enough staffing in place. So my job is to prepare for the ups and the downs, but I also get anxious when I see the downs. And so I'm torn on how to do this well. Finally went through it yesterday and hashed out a plan. We're working the wording and the drafting. But my sales rep made their first over-the-phone sale the other day, so that was a win. And all we're doing today is continue to work in the system. So I'll probably modify my sales reps' hours. Some days they work the morning, some days they work the after work hours. We're having way better traction on the 2 to 7 p.m. shifts. So I'll probably shift the hours for my sales rep from 2 to 7 for those hours, cuts when most people engage. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going. I'm putting this down so that I can have a concrete spot to reference back and see how this all pans out. So we're at. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY Due Diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.